How are you doing?
What's going on, Kyle? Good. How you doing?
Doing well, thanks.
Daniel, how you doing?
Hey, good evening. How are you guys?
Good. Um, so tell me a little bit about yourself, Kyle, and what caught your attention, where you're located. You're muted.
I'm located in Melbourne, Florida. Really caught my eyes the job being remote. Last year I was in an accident that took out my back and broke my leg. So, getting around has been a little bit tricky. Currently I own two companies. I own my own property management company and I own a mobile detailing business. So I'm really just
Okay.
trying to get into a different field, different career that is not so hard and tough on my body. So that's the main thing. I saw y'all's platform, and it looks like it's very run pretty well to where that I think I can do well and sell some solar.
Hmm. Cool. Um, Property management, what is it? Apartment complexes, things of this nature that you do?
No, I actually I rented out my house last year. It's actually just before my accident. It wasn't the reason why I did it, but I opened up a company to protect myself with a limited liability company, and so I'm not liable for certain things while I have renters in my property.
Okay. All right, cool. Daniel, welcome aboard. Tell me a little bit about you, where you're
Um,
located.
yeah, I'm located in Deltona, Florida.
Okay.
Um, it's
We got
about
two
half an hour. Come
Floridians
again?
here. So we got two Floridians here so far.
Yeah, I'm in college actually. I'm in nursing school.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and so I was attracted also by the remote aspect of this opening. It allows for a lot of needed flexibility in my current schedule. Um, and also the appeal of sales. It's something that I've wanted to venture into, which I think
Hmm.
will also benefit me in the future, like I said, with my personal aspirations. And it's solar power, so it's something that contributes good to people and the environment.
Yeah, definitely. And the one thing also, like you said, it's really flexible. You could custom tailor this to your own schedule. Um, and you could do it anywhere that you got an internet connection, which is nice. You don't have to be locked into a office space. We got guys who are going out to Europe and closing deals on vacation. It's just, yeah, it's very easy and stuff like that. Who do we have next? Italia, is it?
Correct. Hi, Steve.
How are you?
I'm doing
I think
well. Thank you.
we
How are
shot
you?
some text back and forth and stuff like that. So yes, give me a little background. I had like 300 people apply today alone. So like going through all the emails, I can't keep track of everybody. So tell me where you're located, what caught your attention, and yeah.
All right. So I am located out of Central California,
Okay.
and I saw this position on Indeed, and it really caught my attention as clean energy has been a passion of mine. As a vegan, I just have done a lot of research about clean energy, and I've even worked for a company called Green Media Creations. It's a environmental consultant company where I had to do cold outreach and canvassing to over 2,000 houses and restaurants as well. And I reached major success.
Good.
So, yeah.
And California is one of our biggest states. Obviously, electric, they just changed it. Was it last year? Yeah. That switched over to NEM 3.0, which unfortunately now net metering is a way that with electric companies, when we're creating energy from solar panels. Obviously, during the day, we're producing more than what the house needs. So it's got to go someplace. It goes back to the grid. Most companies, when you send it back to them during the nighttime, you're pulling it back because the solar panels aren't producing electricity. It used to be 1-to-1. So like, you know, if you send them $1 worth of electricity, they're going to give you $1 worth back. Unfortunately, the powers that be of the strong utility companies that are in California, are like basically strong arms the governor to switch it where, sorry, I'm just letting more people in, where they were only giving you 5 cents on the dollar now. So like it made no sense whatsoever. So we actually were on the steps of the Capitol and everything like that, fighting against it and all. So now what we're doing with the homeowners is actually selling them battery backups with the solar. So, you know, I'm not going to give them $10 worth when they're only going to give me $1 back. I'd rather store that power in the battery and then use it when I need to at night. All right. There also, the other thing is, California's on a time of use power. So during it, you know, it's not flat throughout the day. In the evenings, especially in the summertime when there's so much power being drawn, like the AC units are going, stuff like that, they jack up the prices during that time. So might as well store that power and use it for myself instead of getting it to the power company. So that's how it works. So yeah, we're which is great because then we're able to generate more sales selling batteries. And now the battery prices have come down about 30% over the past couple of years. And now we don't just deal with one battery company, we deal with 4. And we just took on Tesla last year, and Tesla just came out with their Powerwall 3. It's one of the best. I'm not a big Tesla fan, but that battery is phenomenal. Like it's the installation is easy. It's a cost-effective battery. You could actually just install maybe one battery if you have a smaller house, and it will kick on your AC unit, which some of these batteries you need 2 or more to get that going. So just to give you guys a little food for thought. All right, we got a whole bunch of people that just came on and stuff like that. I'd like to give you guys a little bit. First of all, I think everybody got to see the video, which is good. Let me give you guys a little bit of background of who I am. I've been in solar for about 8 years. I started part-time, and about 4 years ago, I went full-time. I've worked for a couple different companies before I came on to Power. The one thing is with this is you're not working for Power. You're working as a partner with Power. You're working for yourself. You've got your own company that you've created, and you could take it as far as much as you want. Pricing, they got better equipment. You're not locked into just, you know, other companies you have to have, you work with one solar panel, one inverter, one battery. They got 1 or 2 different type of financing companies. Power's different. It's a smorgasbord, and we work for the customer. We sit down with them and say, hey, listen, what are you looking for? These are all your choices. All right. We'll go through that and show them, obviously, these are the best panels that you want to work with, but we got good, better, and best. Again, battery backups, things like that. Certain ones are better for a customer than others. Financing, again, we got 4 different financing companies. We also do, besides loans, we do power purchase agreements, which are called PPAs, or we do leases. So again, we're custom tailoring it for the customer. You're getting the lion's share of commission with Power. Like I said, I worked for a couple different companies before I came to Power. I'm going to give you guys an example of what personally happened. So before I came to Power, I worked with a different company, and I met with this customer. Here in Jersey, they needed a new roof. Their electric bill was about, on an average, $285 a month. Came up with a design for the proposal, got them a new roof, solar panels to get 100% of their electric from solar, and showed them the proposal. They signed up and everything. A month later, they decided to cancel. So 8 months later after that, when I switched over to Powur, I reached back out to him and said, Jesse, let me see what I can do for you here. And I was able to get him better panels, better roofing. So we got him a 30-year warranty on the roof. We got him 30-year warranty on all the equipment, 30 years on installation, and 30 years on roof penetration. Most companies are out there will only give you 5 to 10 years on a roof penetration. So if that thing leaks, you're up a creek. Here, in 29 years, if that thing leaks, Powur takes care of it. No deductions, no questions asked. It's all taken care of. All right. And Powur actually started their own sister company to cover that warranty, because you'll have customers that say, well, what happens if Powur goes out of business? Doesn't matter. This finance company that's taking care of it takes care of the warranty, and we will hire other installers to take care of that problem that you're dealing with, which is great. And with Jesse, I was actually able to save him $10,000 with Powur on the overall cost of the system. So instead of it costing him $90,000 with financing, I was able to bring it down to $80,000. And also the difference was commission. With the other company, my commission was going to be $1,350. With Powur, it was $13,320. 10 times the amount of commission, and I saved them over 10% on the cost of the system. It's just, yeah, there's no questions asked. So, and again, the other thing is this, like you said, you're vegan, you're concerned about the environment and things like that. Powur is the only company, well, they're the first company, I'm not sure if others jumped on board, but is 100% carbon neutral. Obviously, solar is a clean energy, all right? But the installation, the manufacturing, the transportation is still dirty. Powur actually takes its profits and puts them into green initiatives. So every single installation is carbon neutral. They don't have to do that. A lot of big box companies, they won't. I say to everybody, Powur's like the Ben and Jerry's and Patagonia of solar. That makes sense. So yeah, it's just, they take care of people. Couple times a year, we actually go down to Mexico. We built homes for migrant workers and put solar panels on it. We usually, what we'll do is we'll elect usually about 20 of the top sales reps that are in the company, and they will fly them down to Mexico, build a home, and then take a couple days and enjoy yourselves with it. So it is a very philanthropic company to work with, so that's it. I know you guys probably have a bunch of questions, so why don't we start there and see what you guys, you had probably questions while you were watching the video, things of this nature. Let's go through those. All right, so you don't have any questions. Everybody's ready to sign on board.
I'm
Please.
curious,
Oh, sorry.
what's I'm really glad that you guys are really attentive to the clean energy, and you're taking the extra steps in order to do that. So, what's the big vision of Powur?
So Powur is actually looking to go beyond nationwide. Their whole thing is to go worldwide. Obviously it takes steps. We're only in 23 states, which is like almost half the United States, and Puerto Rico. They do things very methodical. The reason why we're not in more states is because they want to make sure that the states that we are currently taking care of are done A+. So again, there's many different facets that go into this. Depending on how many utility companies are in the state, the types of permitting, all those little nuts and bolts make a difference. They have open states earlier than they should have, and they had to step back and make sure that these things are done properly. So that's the reason why they do things, of that nature. Yeah, and then again, we're not just doing solar panels. Besides that, we do battery backups. We're doing EV charging stations in this. We took on a couple of years ago SPAN, which is a smart panel, you know, the electrical panel that's in your basement or garage. This thing, a lot of times, when we're adding on solar, if the panel doesn't have enough room to connect into, we might have to do a main panel upgrade. With SPAN, it's a smart panel, and it actually will calculate out which of your circuits are optional, what's like you need it, like if the sump pump goes out on your house, the AC unit, your refrigerator and things like that, it knows what ones to turn off and turn on. We're looking to get into other equipment. Who knows, 5 years down the line, we might actually partner with somebody to do EV cars. You know, they're looking to take care of the whole thing, because once we've built a customer base, you could actually reach out to them maybe a year down the road and talk to them about adding something else on. So, yeah,
That
have
really
a
caught my
question.
attention a lot
thanks.
in the video, like how you guys were including appliances and all that too.
Yeah, they're looking to go after that, so.
I
All
have a
right, next
question.
Go ahead, Victor.
It's
Oh.
Patrick.
Oh,
No,
it
you
says
can go ahead, Patrick. Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay, sorry.
All right, sorry about that, Victor. So I just had a question for your newer reps that come on. Where does their business come from? How do they generate leads? How did one get started and get the traction rolling?
Okay, so Patrick, where are you located?
I'm located in Massachusetts.
Okay, Massachusetts is a big state. Their electric bills are expensive. We just took on Massachusetts probably about a year ago. I haven't sold in Massachusetts yet. I do know people in Powur, good friends who actually do Massachusetts. So I would actually turn you on to a tier 3 mentor who knows Massachusetts instead of myself, because they know all the nuts and bolts going on there. One of the things, like my team and I do the Ohio market development team meetings weekly. Not in Ohio, but I actually go through how to generate leads in local markets. One of the things I actually did on Monday, this past Monday, we did a presentation on how to hook up with local businesses to actually, it's almost like a sweepstakes program to start generating leads that way. I always talk to everybody who I know that I'm bringing on board about signing up with BNI, Business Networking International. Building a network business is better than getting leads off of Facebook. You want to work with your warm market, things of that nature. And these are the things that one of the things I do is I have like an email drip campaign that I send out to all of my new team members. It's almost like a step-by-step basis, what to do on a daily basis. Do this, this, and this, links, videos to watch, things of this nature to get you going on your own and build that up. I know a couple of you guys, probably guys and gals, might be in states that we are currently not installing in. That doesn't mean that you can't get going. A couple of our top people are in states that we don't install in. Jeff Martin, who you will see and stuff like that. One of the things he actually does, and probably I think on the first or second day, I'm emailing you a video that he did presentations with Powur from their Powur platform about how to generate leads right from your phone. Reaching out, it's what they call a bill collector blitz, and texting everybody who's on your phone. Hey, listen, I just started this new program. What do you think? Not asking them for the sale. Just, I want to get your opinion, get things going and stuff like that. They might not be interested, but they might know somebody who is, and wouldn't they like to make $1,000 on the side? Doesn't cost them anything just for reaching out to that person and passing that information on to you. So there's many different ways to get involved. And we're gonna guide you through this. It's not just, okay, here you go, knock yourself out, you know. Hopefully that answered your question, Patrick.
So I also had a question.
Yes.
I made it pretty far into the video, but I didn't get to finish it just because I got into the Zoom link pretty late. But I had a question as far as the commission structure. Is it going to be more so red line based? How does that kind of?
Great question. So, okay, so here, give me 1 second. Oh, let's see if I can close.
And I
This.
know that you had said you Ohio market. I'm actually in Cleveland, Ohio. So
Okay.
is it like a local office that you guys are doing? I guess I was more so kind of confused if also like if the leads were going to be generated for us and we're just kind of going and to those appointments, or if lead generation was still going to be something, whether it's door knocking or but you kind of hammered on that point.
Okay. You can door knock. I'm not a big fan of door knocking. I'm 60 years old. The last thing I want to go do is knock on
Yeah.
people's doors. You know, I want to work smart, not hard. I have Robert Dunn, right off the top of my head, is in Cleveland. I have worked with him on a couple different presentations already. There's a couple people that are now getting into the Cleveland market. With Ohio, we are in the southwest section of the state. We're slowly expanding. We're actually starting to do some installs in Cleveland. The problem is we need a very strong installer in that area to expand more. All right, because it's a couple-hour drive from, the Columbus area up there. Okay, so it's got to be worth the installer's while to actually go up there and to do installations. And we've been looking for installers who are good in that area. We're probably within a couple months, we'll actually be covering the entire state of Ohio. Getting back to the commission. So the way that it works is it's not a red line model. It's a cost of goods model. So this is our vision software. We designed the software and the proposal and everything. They spent a couple $1 million designing this thing. And it's better than Solo or any of the companies that were out there. What's nice is it's kind of like you could do a presentation right off of this. It talks about what we do, how we're a certified B corporation, all different slides, things of this nature. But just to go into the cost of goods. So here's your pricing. All right. So everything is broken down as a price per watt. This is their cost. There's no overrides or upscale onto this. And then at the end, you sit up here, you see your margin. You could change this whatever you want. This was a very small system. It's only a 5 kilowatt system. So here I'm charging $1.10 for this customer on this. So if you guys could see the commission on it overall is $5,400, right? We get 70% of that. So I think that's like $4,000 on this size system. All right. The other 30%, all right. Let me go back to here. All right. So 70% is our commission of that. 15% goes to Powur. They always have that set at that 15%. They're like Amazon. They want to make sure that it doesn't change. It's always set at 15%. That's the reason why they're profitable. They're 100% debt free, and the company, they got like anywhere from $25 to $50 million cash at any one point in time in their bank account. So we've actually done purchase orders a year out of all of our equipment. The other 15% goes to revenue share, and you guys probably saw this in the video. So, give you an example. So, Victor, let's say that you bring on one person, all right, as a sales rep, okay? They start selling solar on their own after they've gone through the mentorship and stuff, and they make, let's say, $7,000 commission on a deal, which would be on an average, that's like about a 10,000 kilowatt, or sorry, a 10 kilowatt system, all right? You're gonna make, just because you brought them on, even though you didn't get involved with the sale of it, you're gonna make an override of probably about $500 on that for every deal that he does on his own, all right? Now, if he brings on 2 people, all right, and they start doing sales, you're gonna make money on them, probably about $200 per person on that. So you could see that, let's say you bring on 10 people, they're doing a deal a month each, that's an extra 5 grand in your pocket just for doing that, you know, without your own direct sales. Again, once you do 3 deals with a mentor, then you have the option to start doing them on your own. Once you do 5 deals and you close 5 deals on your own, you could actually request to become a mentor, like myself. And now you could actually start doing deals with other people and split the commission 50-50. So there's, like I said, and then the last thing that's not on here is we make money on financing. So let's say a deal is $75,000 for financing. We're making 1.5% on that. So that's another $1,000 in your pocket on top of the commission that you're getting from that.
And that's
So
outside of what was just shown on the commission, or that's
Yes.
included in that. Oh,
No.
okay.
that's on top of it. So you make 70, you know, again, not everybody, some people do cash. Some, if you do it, you know, if it's a lease or a PPA, you're not making that. But if it's financing, you're making that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
No problem. So what you know, I'm trying to touch upon a little bit of everything to make sure that you're answering questions for you guys, instead of just doing another presentation. So fire away.
Is there an investment?
The investment is the $99 to get started, and you're paying for the platform fee. So all of your proposals, all the training, all the marketing material, the knowledge base. We have a whole program of Power Calendar. So during the week, there's probably about 30, 40 videos, training events that you could get onto Zoom. One's about the states, about the training on batteries, everything like that is all online, as well as the marketing materials. So we have graphics that you could put up on social media. There are emails, texts, everything like that that's right there, that you could just copy and paste and use, or put it into ChatGPT and tweak it a little bit and send it out. So you don't have to do all of this thinking. So here's your marketing. All right. You have different links. So if I want to send somebody to, like, this is our homepage. All right. So here, okay, this is Powur's website, but you have your own picture, your contact information, your email and everything like that. And if they submit, if like a customer comes to this page and clicks on to fill out this information, it goes directly to you. So all of that is done for you. You couldn't do all of this for $85 a month. It would cost you a couple $100. So yeah, it's well worth the $85 a month that gets done to that. Hopefully that makes sense.
Okay, it's $85 a month, like each month?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Again, you do one deal, even splitting it with a mentor, and that pays for it for the year. So yeah.
So, I guess living in a state like Ohio or Cleveland, I should say, where if most of my business, I guess here in Cleveland wouldn't be able to be done, how would I be able to close in other states? Because I know I believe it's in California or Vegas that you need to have some kind of license in order to sell solar.
So, yeah, so there's 3 states now. So California and Connecticut, you need to have a license, general contractor license. What you would do is if you got a lead from there, I'm not licensed in California. I don't do many deals. If I got a lead, I would actually connect with a tier 3 who has a license in California. And when you go on the platform, it'll show you who's available in the certain states, how many deals they've done, everything like that.
Okay, split commission
and
kind of thing.
I'm sorry?
So kind of like a split commission at that point,
Correct.
whatever.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
And then also in Nevada now, they just switched things as of January 1st, where you have to work with a registered sales rep. So Powur now has W-2 employees who act as tier 3 mentors specifically just for Nevada, just to get us past that, because we were doing deals on our own and the state decided to change the laws, so we figured out a way to get around it. But yeah, like I said, for you in Cleveland, you know, do you have connections in other sections of the state? You know,
Not too much. No, I'd have more connections. I'd say rather Dallas, Houston. I've been in solar. I'd say for like the last 2-3 years. But most
Okay.
of my connections, I'd say, are with solar. So, I guess trying to envision it if, let's say if most of my business this year generated in Cleveland, because I have quite a few installers that are out here, with another company that I was previously or that I was working with, and something that I just run into in Ohio is timeline. So I
Mhm.
guess that was one of my questions. What's typically the time span for an install from point of sale
Okay.
to?
So do you have a connection with an installer in the Cleveland area?
I do.
Okay, so problem solved. Powur actually has a program called Enterprise. Okay, a couple of our sales reps, who are in the Cleveland area, okay, work with their own individual installer. So they're not certified yet to become a Powur installer for other sales reps, but they could install for you. What they would do is they would come onto the platform as an enterprise, okay? They could do their own deals. We could, again, everything gets done through Powur, so they don't have to purchase their equipment. They're purchasing equipment cheaper, you know, like I think what are we doing? Q cells right now, we do 410s. They're about 40 cents a watt right now. The pricings are very competitive. So they could actually get all the equipment and go through Powur and do the installs, you know, and you could get the commission and they're making money off it too. Because I think the install rate is, I think is probably about 80 cents in that area per watt for the install partner. So yeah, it's definitely something we could sit down, I could go over it, everything with them, and then they could actually build a business. So like, other people, okay, so I'll give you an example. So let's say Robert, who doesn't have an install partner in Cleveland, all right, but he's selling in Cleveland, he would go with you and partner, and you guys would split the commission 50-50 on a lead he's bringing you. So there's a way that you could actually drum up more business. You're getting local leads, the whole 9 yards, doing it that way. There's many different ways that we could, you know, and I could, you know, I could spend probably a couple hours going through all the different ways that, you know, Powur has figured out. We're trying to help each other out.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. I have an HVAC guy who started with me. Obviously, HVAC is his business. He's not looking to be selling solar, but he's brought me leads. I've closed the leads. He's made $1,000. It's free for him. He throws me a lead a week. You know, he's talking to his customers and stuff like that. He's actually looking to switch over and become a seller later on, because now instead of making only $1,000, we'll split the commission. He's making $3,000 or so on the same type of deal that he's doing. So yes, you could do that as well. Start off as an ambassador, you know, and then switch over to becoming a seller and stuff like that. Get your feet wet. You're at least by doing that, you're still reaching out to people, talking to them about it, getting comfortable doing that, you know, and basically generating bill collecting. So Talia's got a nice smile on her face, so she looks like she's ready to go.
Yeah.
Kyle's thinking about it. He's like, again, you're obviously you're an entrepreneur. You started your own property management thing. You're thinking about you do detailing and stuff like that. You probably have connections.
Yeah.
You know, what type of detailing do you do?
So like mobile detailing, I do on boats, cars. I do boat restorations as well. Like if they have like a super oxidized boat, I'll wet sand it, um, and then do a 3-step process to, you know, bring the boat back to life.
Okay.
Those
Do you
are
think
like my
most of
more
these
bigger
people
jobs.
own a home?
Oh, 100%. I've also got a lot of friends that own their own businesses and stuff like that who also own their own homes and stuff. So I've got a lot of friends in Melbourne Beach where I'm at in Florida. So
Yeah.
my probably my first year of owning my company, I didn't even do advertisement. I just kind of just blasted stuff on Facebook, and it was all just friends and family. And so I was, you know, lucky for that.
So yeah, for lead generating, I think you have no, you probably got a book of business already starting off.
Can you walk us through, like, comprised step by step, from lead to point of sale?
Okay. So obviously, like I said, once you go through your tier 1 training, which will take you about 4 hours, if you got 4 hours worth of time to sit down at a computer, you bang that out. The next thing, like I says, I usually get on the first day I'm getting on a phone call or a Zoom or whatever with you and going through welcoming you aboard, talking to you, telling you that you're going to get emails. I want to sit down, you know, within the next couple days and let's come up with a game plan. All right. Where I want to find out, are you just looking to sell? Are you looking to build a team? Are you looking to do a little bit of everything? You know, both. And let's figure out what works with your schedule. I know that you're taking classes and stuff like that. So I don't want to put more pressure than what you want on you. We want to work together. What'll happen is this. Let's say you get you reach out to somebody, you get their electric bill. What'll happen is this. You will upload the electric bill into the system, which is usually a PDF or a snapshot. You get their name, address, telephone number, address, all that goes in, and you tag me as a mentor or somebody else. That mentor will get notified that you just tagged them. We will go in, check everything to make sure it's all checked off. If we have questions, let's say that about how old the roof is or what size the main service panel is, we'll either reach out to you that you could ask the customer, or we'll reach out to them, letting them know that we're working with you. Then we actually request to get a proposal done from Powur. That usually happens within an hour to maybe, depending on if it's Friday at 6 o'clock, it might happen the next day. We do get proposals 7 days a week with them. Roofing proposals are Monday through Friday. Once we get that, and again, we try to tell the customer ahead of time, okay, we should have this within a day. Daniel, we want to sit down with you, you and your wife. What is a good time tomorrow that we could actually schedule a Zoom? It's going to take about half an hour. I want to go through everything on how solar works, the incentives in the state of Florida, everything. We'll show you the proposal and go from there. It's more of an education thing than anything else. And we try to schedule that time. So like, we're not waiting until the proposal's done. And then we say, oh, we got the proposal done. When can we schedule a call? And then they say, well, just email it to me. We want to get them locked into that. And then again, we're sitting down together with a Zoom with the customer and going through that half-hour presentation. We try to get them at that point in time to actually get qualified. So, which means that we do a soft credit check, all right? Ask for their social security number, a couple other things, depending on what finance company that we're working with. And then once that's completed and we get approved, then we will request the documents, which get email it over to them through DocuSign, and they could sign it right then and there. I usually like to, if I can, get them to open it up and we could go through it together. So they don't have any questions, okay, and then move it forward. You know, some people, they want to think about it for a couple days, find out before we hang up, when's a good time that we could actually reach back out together and get in touch. And then I'll send them, the proposal through email. And then I want to, like, it might be 3 or 4 days. I might feed them a text or an email more about what Powur does, things of this nature, just to keep that conversation going. And then hopefully we close. Dalton actually just jumped on. Dalton has been on, this is what, your third Zoom meeting with me? He actually
Yes, it
jumped
is.
on yesterday, for the initial, and Dalton lives in Alabama. So we don't install in Alabama, but one of the things we were talking about was, how does he generate leads? So I said to him, I says, one of the things I do is there's a website called Alignable, which, basically it's a networking for businesses. And you can reach out to roofers or, anything, insurance agents, everything like that across the United States. So it's a way that we're all trying to build networking business. And one of the things he started to do, like an hour after he got off the first call, is he got on Alignable and started making connections out there with roofing companies. We were talking, what, Texas, because he knows that, Texas, we got big business going on there. If he get leads that way and they make $1,000, and hey, everybody's making a little bit of money. So yes,
Yeah,
it's
I
doable.
even went as far as trying to make connections with the real estate agents out there.
Mhm. Yeah. And again, not everybody's going to do it, but you're throwing up bubble gum against the wall, something's going to stick, So yeah, that's the way to do it. You have the ability to and it's set up that I want to reach out to you, and, basically it's a kind of like texting on their platform. But yeah. Dalton, what kind of questions do you have for me now? Because I'm sorry, I had to cut you off short on the 6 o'clock meeting, but
Uh, Pretty much the same thing that Daniel had was what was the main walk down of
okay.
going from getting a lead to the point of sale.
Yeah. And again, anybody have any questions and stuff, you can't figure out where to click or whatever on the website, you just reach out to me, you know. And I'll walk you. I'd rather get on a Zoom and show you guys instead of just talking about it. So you get comfortable on the whole platform. Did you log into the platform a little bit to check it out?
I haven't yet.
Oh, okay. All right. I know you signed up. You haven't paid, but I know you had actually signed up on. Wanted to see if one of the things, I'm going to send you guys all a link after we get off this call. You could log in and then really kind of like see a little bit of what the back office is looking like. There's a couple of videos you get to see and stuff like that. Just kind of get a little bit of familiar about it. Yeah. And again, I'm here to help you guys out.
Okay.
That's what we're here for and stuff like that. I want to see everybody succeed. My goal is, if you guys could start, if you start bringing in, and again, I'll show you guys whatever I can to help you guys out, walk you through the process. I want to see everybody get at least one close within the first 30 days. That's what makes things real, when it actually happens.
Mhm.
So, and it's doable. So
The other thing I was needing is you said something last night about Facebook groups.
yeah, so actually, that's another way. We do have, Powur has its own Facebook group called Powur Pioneers. There's probably 6,000 people who are involved with Powur who are on that. If you guys got a question, if you're looking for a tier 3 in a certain state, sometimes you get someone who actually wants to do a in-person presentation instead of Zoom. All right. And what they'll do is they'll post it up there. Hey, listen, I got someone who's in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. who wants to have a sit down, who's in that area that would actually do this, you know? So there's so many questions and answers that are passed along this. Then the other thing is Facebook groups, and these are some of the things that you'll learn from all of us, is like you could jump on board, sign up to like the Cleveland Facebook group, or, you know, different things as a lead generating thing, you know, besides posting on your own, you know, Facebook page. I do recommend everybody start, you know, a Facebook business page that you could direct people onto as well. It's definitely a way that you could be financially free doing this. So yeah. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for your time. I look forward to seeing you guys on the other side.
Thanks a lot.